Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are joining us today. I am Katie Z on May 19th with the weekly FIO Protocol update. I'm joined today with David Gold. How are you, David?
Good. Great to be here again.
Yeah, good to have you. It's nice to change it up. We did mention to the community we're going to have more people involved, and we'll be having more of our partners and our block producers in here too. But we like to keep these things pretty short and get to the heart of what's going on at FIO, and everybody can get their update really quickly. So a couple things that we want to touch on are going to be the update from the 1-year anniversary $10,000 video contest. That has ended. We have gone through all of the videos. I want to say a huge thank you to everyone again who has participated, submitted videos. The creativity and the effort that went into them was phenomenal. It was very difficult. Other things that we're going to touch on today is the latest blog post that we just posted that David, you wrote up on FIP 21, which is a FIO improvement proposal about FIO token staking. So that's what we've got for you guys. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen just so you guys can see this stuff because I'd like for you to check it out. About the videos that we've had, the contest, we've had 3 top prizes. Then we had a top 10 that we expanded into a top 12 because it was truly that hard to narrow it down even further. Our number 1 first place video goes to the FIO Protocol song, which we've played before. It is absolutely outrageous. It's hysterical, and I'm going to link that below in the description. So if you haven't seen this before, go ahead and watch it. It's like a 1.5 minutes long, and it's hysterical. We've also got a huge shout out to second place prize, the properties of the FIO Protocol, how to create a FIO address in the Midas wallet. And then also this was a great take. It's not showing up here. The third prize of $1,000 in FIO tokens goes to Glory. And Glory really went into the heart of what the FIO protocol is about and how it's going to be shaping some of how people interact with cryptocurrency, some of the bigger problems that businesses and exchanges and everyday people are faced with. So loved her creativity. That was an original as well. All of the other top 12 are also linked into that post, which will be at the bottom of this video description, so you guys can check that out. And then David, I'm going to pass it off to you to get into some of this really exciting stuff about token staking. This is something we've been talking about for a long time.
Yeah, so the community's been talking about FIO token staking for quite a bit, and I'd love to give an overview here of FIP 21 as it's called, which is FIO token staking. And before I do that, maybe just backing up a bit, just to explain what a FIP is and the FIP process and how changes to the FIO blockchain occur. FIP stands for FIO Improvement Proposal. Anybody in the community can propose an improvement to the FIO blockchain. And FIO improvement proposals come from all kinds of different sources. As those come in, the community reviews them, talks about them, debates them. The community, meaning both the workers and the block producers. And then certain ones get enough traction that they actually start being worked on. And FIP 21 is one of those where it gets worked on. Once they're developed and written, then for them to actually be implemented, the block producers, 2/3 plus 1 of the FIO block producers, have to approve all changes to the code on the blockchain. And so they're the ones who ultimately have the decision about whether any FIP is implemented. So FIP 21 is in process. It is being coded. It's not live yet. The block producers have not formally approved it yet. But the anticipation is if everything goes on the current schedule and the block producers do so, that it would go live sometime probably mid to late summer at this point. So we're pretty excited about that. So with that, what does it mean? FIP 21 enables users of the FIO protocol who are helping support the protocol by participating in governance to also benefit economically from the protocol. So participating in governance means that they are either voting their tokens, meaning voting for those block producers, because those block producers get to be block producers by the votes they receive from FIO token holders, or they are proxying their vote to another party that is voting their FIO tokens. It is possible to proxy your tokens if you're just not sure how to vote them. There are a number of entities that are accepting proxies and are staying very close to the project, and they then can vote those tokens. So somebody, once this is live, who votes their tokens or proxies them and chooses to stake them. While they're staked, obviously they can't be traded or anything. They are effectively locked up in staking, has an opportunity to start receiving token rewards for doing so. And the way that that works at a high level is that a portion of the token fees that are paid into the FIO blockchain will now be allocated to be paid out to those tokens that are staked appropriately. Today, 85% of the fees that are paid to the FIO blockchain for things like registering FIO addresses, FIO domains, etc., go to the block producer, split up among all of the block producers. 5% goes to the nonprofit Foundation for Interwallet Operability to fund its operations, and 10% goes to the actual technology provider, the wallet or exchange, for example, where that transaction occurred. With FIP21, the block producers would actually be reducing how much they get down to 60%, and that other 25% would now be allocated to be distributed among those who stake their tokens. So the token stakers are participating in the growth of the FIO chain by doing that, and participating in being economically incentivized to participate in governance of the chain. Early on, there'll be a pool of tokens created in this FIP of 25 million FIO tokens. This will not be an increase in the number of tokens that ever could be created. It will be a reallocation of some tokens that are in a bucket for FIO address giveaways to this use. That $25 million token pool for staking will be used to guarantee that no less than 25,000 FIO tokens are available to be given out in total in staking rewards to all staking participants each day. So that will be there until it's expended.
Did the noise of the coins dropping happen on accident or on purpose there, or was that a dog leash?
Well, it's the goal of this FIP from the community is to incentivize people to be involved in governance, right? Everybody who's providing value in the FIO ecosystem participates in the value of the ecosystem. That's what decentralized economics are about. The integrators participate through that 10% fee. There's actually an additional bounty for them in the short term, so they actually get more like 50% right now. The block producers obviously participate through their economics. And the fact is that if you don't have token holders participating in governance, you don't have a viable blockchain. So it's important for those token holders to be also participating in the economics of the chain. And that's what this would enable as it goes forward.
Yeah. You certainly don't have a decentralized blockchain, that's for sure. So actually, I want to touch on something that you'd mentioned. So when I'm listening to the token staking and FIP21, and as it's being built right now, where the block producers are actually going to take a reduction in their BP rewards, can you kind of share with the community? I know that the BPs that we have are phenomenal. We've got, I think, 35 or more different block producers, 21 different countries. They're very involved in the FIO protocol, which we love, and thank you to all of them. And I think there's weekly meetings as well with them. So when proposing this to them, that they're going to take on paper, it looks like a pay cut, right? Why did they agree to that? Can you share more on how that came to be? How are they thinking about this?
Yeah, so thank you. And yeah, no question, with every FIP, there's always discussions and interactions with the block producers, because the community that's doing the work obviously doesn't want to do work on something that the block producers ultimately say, no, we're not going to implement that. So there is a lot of dialogue there with them along the way to make sure that they're supportive of the code that would be written. And it was interesting because, the community workers who put together this FIP, there was a lot of concern that there would be pushback because of that. But interestingly, there was very little pushback. In fact, there was some of them that suggested, in fact, I think the percentage that ended up going into the FIP was higher than what was originally thought about, because a number of the block producers said it should be higher. And the reason for that is they're playing the long game. They understand that FIO is a blockchain and a protocol that has a utility that we expect to be around forever. And so, everybody who's deeply involved in this project, it's not about what's going on, tomorrow. It's about building the foundation for, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 20 years from now. And they recognize that this is important to the sustainability of the FIO governance and ecosystem to make sure that this sort of staking system is in place. So yeah, it was very interesting. They were very, very supportive of that.
Yeah, that's really awesome. Really, really awesome. And for those who don't know, but I'm assuming most of the people who are watching this do know, the community that, or the ecosystem, I'd say, like the active workers, the block producers, of course, the products that we're integrated into. I mean, these are people who have been in the industry for 6, 7, 8+ years. They've ridden, the market. I guess, roller coaster, if you want to put it, the ride, right? And so they really understand it, as well as they can go anywhere. Folks that have that much experience in cryptocurrency and can bring that value to a project can basically go anywhere that they want. And the fact that we're really attracting some of the best talent in the industry, I think says a lot about this project and the long-term viability of it too.
Yeah, absolutely. A couple other key things I might point out about FIP 21 and the staking it would implement. First of all, when you stake your tokens, there's actually no way that you could ever lose what you staked. You can always remove them from staking at any time. There is no risk of losing the token. It is all done on chain. There's no centralized aspect of this whatsoever. Second is, as the FIO protocol grows, as more and more users use it and utilize the FIO protocol and transact with FIO addresses, FIO domains, and future functionality that's coming down the pike, that means more tokenized income to the blockchain. In the same way of any other blockchain that has more activity and transactions, there's more tokenized income. And that means more tokenized income going to the stakers. So stakers participate in that sense in the growth of the chain. And then the other thing is the way that the staking is constructed mathematically, those who stake early actually will receive a greater staking share than those that stake later, as long as they don't unstake and restake. If you unstake and restake, you kind of start over in that sense. But if you stake early and keep your token staked, the amount of your share of the rewards will be greater than if you took those same tokens and staked them later after others have staked after you. So it creates a system that also enables those who are involved in supporting governance early in the chain to actually receive a little bit greater share of the economic rewards. So it's a pretty exciting FIP. I think the community is gonna be excited about it when it goes live here, and most importantly, I think it's going to be really yet another thing for the FIO protocol chain to continue to strengthen its effectiveness and its operations and the value that it's delivering.
I couldn't agree more. So I am super excited about this one. I can't wait to start staking my FIO tokens to the network. And I guess that's about it for this week's weekly update that we've got here, or about weekly update. So with that, I'm going to sign off. Wish everyone a great week. We will see you in Discord, which is at fioprotocol.io/chat. And leave us your comments below and on the articles linked below.
Sounds great. Anybody who wants to learn more, read the Medium post. And if you really want to learn more in your technical, you can go from there directly to FIP 21 on the GitHub site, which has all the technical details of the FIP. Thank you all very much.
All right. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.